Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So today's video I'm really excited to do because I am going to be sharing with you the best products from Sephora brands. So these are only brands that you can find at Sephora. Well, not technically only brands, but some of these brands of course you can find at Ulta, but these are all Sephora based, meaning like you can definitely find these products at Sephora. Some of these products you can only find at Sephora and not at Ulta. But I got this video idea from Morgan Turner. I've been more into her channel lately. I really love how she kind of deep dives into her makeup reviews. I really trust her makeup reviews because I feel like, again, she really does just get to know the product before reviewing it. And she does a really thorough job at just kind of describing makeup and how the products work. So I will link her channel below in the description box because, again, she did inspire this video. But this is going to be kind of helpful for you if you go to Sephora and you feel very overwhelmed by just all of the different products that they offer. And this is just gonna kind of go brand by brand. And of course, these are brands that I've tried more than one product from because obviously I had to pick a favorite from the brand. And so all of these products, or excuse me, all of these brands, I have tried at least 2 products from them, and this is the products that I would recommend from that brand, just to kind of give you somewhat of like a reference, so that if you go to Sephora, you kind of know what to pick up. So let's go ahead and get started. So going in alphabetical order, I am starting with Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now, Anastasia Beverly Hills is a wonderful, wonderful brand. I don't know how much about their ethics, but as far as their products, they make some great quality products. And they have come out with some really great things. Like, I love their cream bronzer. I really enjoy their new like satin lipsticks. I love that formula. My favorite shade is Peach Amber. I also am really interested in their new like Nouveau palette. However, the tried and true products that truly does just kind of stand the test of time for me is, of course, the ABH Norbina palette. This is by far one of my favorite palettes ever within my entire collection. And this palette is just so stunning. I always reach for it. It's something that I always know I can come back to. If I'm wanting a purple look, I can get that with this product. If I'm wanting a more like pinky, a pinky everyday look, I can get that with this palette. If I'm wanting something more neutral, I can get that with this palette. I love this one. And I've considered actually picking up a backup of this because it's recently been on sale, which definitely worries me a little bit because I would hate for it to be discontinued. But I have had mine since it first launched, which I believe was in 2018. So it's definitely probably time for me to pick up a new one of these. But I love this palette, and it will forever have such a special place in my heart just because of how beautiful and stunning this formula is, this palette is, and so forth. All right, next we have Bare Minerals, and I'm sorry if I'm being a broken record, but I have to give it to the bronzers. I know that I've spoken about these a lot recently, and I apologize for that, but these are just so good. These are so good. You need them. You need them. So I have 2 shades. I have Kiss of Pink and Kiss of Rose, and I just think that these are phenomenal blushes, especially for the summertime. I absolutely love that they came out with these this year around the springtime because, again, these are perfect for this time of year. My favorite out of the 2 is definitely Kiss of Rose. I just thoroughly enjoy it a little bit better. I think that it brings something a little bit more different to my collection and a little bit more unique. Kiss of Pink is just as pretty though. I do enjoy it, but if I had to pick, I definitely would keep around Kiss of Rose. But yeah, Bare Minerals has, again, really great products. I love their lip gloss balm from them. There's also like a loose bronzer that I really enjoy from them, but these bronzers have easily taken full reign on everything from Bare Minerals. I love these, and they're hyped up for a reason. Like, they're 100% worth it. Now we're getting into Benefit. Benefit, I feel like, is a brand that is very, I don't want to say hit or miss for me because I do enjoy some of their products, but I feel like they're a brand that I don't get too involved with, but their Benefit Cookie Highlighter is definitely a favorite of mine. This is a stunning highlighter. It's perfect for special occasions, and I just absolutely love how beaming it is. It is super, super like strong of a highlight, and I love it for special occasions because it is very beaming. And honestly, I like it for going out too because it's very beaming. I mean, this is just a beautiful highlighter formula, and I'm someone who still enjoys a really beaming highlight. I really enjoy highlighters that you're gonna see from space. I'm super into that still, so definitely from Benefit, I recommend the Cookie Highlighter. Now we're getting into Buxom. Now Buxom, I haven't tried a ton from. I've definitely tried their glosses. I've tried a highlighter from them. I've tried a lip pencil from them, but currently I want to say this is the only Buxom product that I've had in my collection, but these are the Buxom lip glosses, and this one specifically is the full-on plumping lip cream. I definitely recommend these from Buxom. However, the shade that I have is Pumpkin Spice Latte, so I recommend checking them out around the fall time to see if they come out with something similar to this, because this shade is beautiful and it smells just like fall. It smells so, so nice. And the formula is pretty nice. It's definitely not my favorite lip gloss formula in the entire world, but because I wanted to kind of talk about brands at Sephora, I definitely recommend, again, starting with Buxom lip glosses. I just think that these are really good. I love this shade, I love the scent, so definitely check them out during the fall season. So Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury is definitely a very, very trendy brand, both on Instagram and on YouTube, especially, you know, she's very well known for her contour wand, her highlight wand, her blush wands, all of those things. But I haven't tried a ton from Charlotte Tilbury. I will say what I've tried from the brand, I'm not super in love with. However, this cream shadow, I definitely am. So this is the Eyes to Mesmerize cream shadow, and it's in the shade Oyster Pearl. I really, really enjoy this cream shadow. I love the shade of it. I think Oyster Pearl is definitely a favorite of a lot of people. They really, really enjoy this color. I love it because it's great for every day, but it is a little bit of something different on the lids. It's definitely more of like a taupey kind of gold color, but I love that it gives a little bit of dimension on the eyelids. It definitely looks like you tried a lot harder than you did. I love this for work, especially on days when I just don't feel like putting on eyeshadow, because again, it just looks like I tried a lot harder than I actually did. So I am really impressed with this guy, and I'm really, really glad that I picked it up. And this is, in my opinion, the best that Charlotte Tilbury has to offer so far. Again, I haven't tried a ton from the brand. I'm definitely interested and intrigued by some of her like newer products or more hyped up products, but this is by far the best product from Charlotte Tilbury that I personally have tried. All right, then we're getting into Fenty. Now Fenty is very, very well loved for her lip products. I feel like she definitely has kind of set the tone for a lot of lippies. However, my tried and true from Fenty is the Satin Matte Powder Foundation. I have the shade 185. I love this guy so, so much. I have used so much of this. My sponge looks absolutely disgusting. I will not show that to you, but this is a great powder foundation, you guys. I highly recommend this one. A lot of people are raving about the e.l.f. one, and I just don't think that it's worth it. I just don't think that it's good. I love this one still so, so much. I love the Makeup Revolution one more. I do enjoy that one a lot, but this is still a really, really good one. I love this for the weekends, maybe on days when I'm not going to be wearing any makeup, but I'm wanting something just to kind of even out my complexion. I think this is great for that, and it does wear very, very well throughout the day also. So really love this Fenty powder foundation. I think it's really, really good, so I wanted to talk about it as the best product from Fenty in my opinion. Now we're getting into Huda Beauty, and Huda Beauty, gosh, there's like so many good things from her line. I really, really love her like lipsticks. I haven't tried much of her complexion besides like Glowish, and Glowish I've been kind of like about. I don't think there's like a ton of products that I, you know, really, really love and enjoy from the line. And there's definitely a lot from Huda that I still want to try. I really want to get more into her complexion. I know that she's recently come out with a concealer. I would love to try that as well. But I honestly do recommend this product, and I do think it's my favorite Huda Beauty product, and that is the Huda Beauty Nude Light Obsessions little 9-pan palette. This one is just so good. It is so good. I love this palette. I really enjoy having it in my Shop My Stash. I had it in my Shop My Stash fairly recently. I love how you can kind of get some effortless looks with this palette. It doesn't go too deep. Now keep in mind, this is the lighter one. She has a medium toned one as well as a rich toned one. So if you have a deeper complexion, you can definitely check those out from the line. But as far as this one goes, I like how light it is. I like that it's something that's perfect for every day. I wear it to work pretty often. And I like too that I can just throw in one of these like mid-tone crease colors, throw it into my crease, and then apply one of these metallic shimmer shades all over the lid, and it just looks so beautiful. The shimmer shades in this palette are really good. Like, they're no joke. And as much as I really enjoy her larger palettes, like her full-sized $67 eyeshadow palettes, I do enjoy those a lot, and I think that they are something very special to my collection. This one is definitely a way, like, it's something that I would recommend people trying from Huda Beauty, because again, you're getting that great formula, but you're not breaking the bank at the same time. So I would definitely recommend this product. Now we're getting into Ilia, and Ilia is definitely kind of that clean girl brand. I don't own a lot from Ilia, but I've been impressed. There are some products that I really like. I think the mascaras are great. The liquid eyeshadow is really good as well. But my favorite product is definitely the bronzer. This is the Night Light bronzing powder, and I have the shade Drawn In. Really like this bronzer. This is a great, just everyday matte bronzer, and I feel like it looks very smooth, nice and even on the skin. It doesn't skip, it doesn't patch, and it's very pigmented. This definitely looks like it's a little bit lighter, especially maybe for me, but it's pigmented. I mean, I can definitely make this product work. So yes, I picked this up this year in the spring Sephora VIB sale, and I really am liking it. I'm so glad that I decided to go ahead and pick it up. So this is definitely my favorite product from Ilia, and I definitely recommend. I really want to try the skin tint though, like the serum, because Sarah Rose has really been hyping up that product recently, and I would love to test it out. Then we have Kaja, and Kaja is kind of one of those brands that I feel like could be kind of hit or miss depending on like what you try from the brand. But honestly, I feel like when you think of Kaja, you think of their little bento, what are these, like bento like eyeshadow trios. These are so cute, you guys. I think this is definitely what you should pick up from Kaja. My favorite one is definitely Chocolate Dahlia. A close second would be Glowing Guava, but these are, they're just so cute. So I will show you what is this one again? Chocolate Dahlia. And I love that little sound when you close them. But yeah, these are just super cute. They're super travel friendly. They're great to just throw in a little like makeup bag that you can keep in your car, or maybe not keep in your car, but like maybe if you're someone that finishes getting ready for work in the car, these would be perfect because they fit in there so nicely. I also have the shade Orange Blossom, which is really beautiful. It's kind of these all like warmer toned shimmer shades. So I do like this one, but being that it's all shimmer, it's a little bit not harder to work with, but I just don't reach for it as much. I also have Rose Water, and Orange Blossom and Rose Water I did pick up from TJ Maxx, so that's where I was able to pick those up. This one again is all shimmer. And then Glowing Guava I did get for Christmas one year. This is also a favorite of mine because this one I can get a fully complete look out of this one, being that it has a shimmer and two mattes. So I feel like, again, if you're gonna try stuff from Kaja, try these little eyeshadow trios. The shimmer shades in these trios are no joke. They are so beautiful. The mattes definitely perform very well, and I feel like for like $20-something, of course that might be a little bit expensive, being that you only get 3 shadows. I do think that it's worth it because, again, they're just so convenient and so travel friendly. Then we have Kosas, and Kosas is another brand that's pretty trendy, but my favorite is definitely the brow system, and I won't speak too long about these because I have raved about these a lot recently because I picked these up this year, and these have definitely been a favorite of mine. But I love the clear brow gel, I love the tinted brow gel, and I love the brow pencil as well. I do have the shade medium brown and the colored options, and of course this is a clear brow gel, but I'm just so impressed with this from Kosas. I really like the concealer as well, but this is just my favorite. I love the brow system. Pick it up. I think think they have a set that's like 39 bucks for all 3 of these products. Highly recommend. Then from Laura Mercier is definitely one of those more like classic brands from Sephora. Laura Mercier is very well known, especially within the beauty community, and she is well known for her translucent loose setting powder, and that is what I'd recommend from the brand. I just have a mini, but this powder is no joke. It is so good. It sets the skin. It definitely smooths and blurs the complexion as well. It makes your makeup last a lot longer throughout the day. And honestly, this mini has lasted me such a long time. I'm really impressed with how long this mini has held up. I travel with this product a lot because it is a mini. I love it. I think it is so good. And I also use this to set my makeup for special occasions, and I have no issues with this at all. This is just really good. I highly recommend. Then we have LYS, and LYS is definitely such a cute brand at Sephora. They're a brand that's a little bit more affordable. They're definitely, you know, one of the most affordable brands at Sephora. They have great cream blushes. They have a great bronzer. They have a good concealer. However, my favorite product is definitely their Triple Fix translucent setting powder. So I have the shade Resilience. Again, this is just a translucent pressed powder, and this setting powder is so good. This is not going to be, you know, for oily skin. Like, I definitely think you can set with, you know, your face with this powder if you have oily skin, but you might have to touch up throughout the day because it is a little bit lightweight, but it's definitely, you know, it's definitely going to set your skin. It's not like the Kosas Cloud Set. I hate that powder. I despise that powder. I feel like it does absolutely nothing, and it's just a waste of my time. This one is not. Like, this really is super beautiful. It does kind of smooth out your complexion. It almost looks like you have a filter on your skin, but it feels like your skin feels set, and that is so important to me, especially during, you know, the summer months. It's very hot where I live, and so I'm just really impressed with this powder. I have a pretty like good dent going in this powder. I'm honestly shocked that I haven't hit pan yet, but I really enjoy this one, and I will definitely repurchase this when I do finish it up because it's just a phenomenal powder. So I highly recommend the powder from LYS. Then we have Milk Makeup, and I don't believe they sell this size anymore. I think they only sell the mini, but this is the Milk Makeup Matte Cream Bronzer in the shade Baked. But this is a phenomenal cream bronzer. Even in the mini, I would definitely recommend picking it up. It is just really good. It's so creamy. It blends out very nicely. I love the color. I love how pigmented it is, and you will have this for the rest of your life. But it blends out super easily. It's very nice and creamy, and it's super pigmented as well, which is something that I really enjoy because if I'm going in with a cream product, I most likely don't want to have to double up and layer up with a, you know, powder bronzer. So I really love this. I cannot sing the praises of this cream bronzer enough. It's just so good. Try it if you haven't already. What are you doing? All right, so now we have NARS, and I haven't tried a ton from NARS. They're definitely a more expensive brand found at Sephora, but I do have a few products that I have tried from NARS recently, and my favorite product is definitely the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. So I highly recommend this foundation. It is absolutely beautiful on the skin. This is a product that is going to wear beautifully. It has very good coverage, and it's also going to, you know, last really well throughout the day. It builds up nicely. You don't have to worry too much about, you know, going in with a lot. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It is just a really good foundation. I hate the price tag, but honestly, I would say it's worth it because it is going to be a good quality foundation that is, I don't want to say it's worth the price because there are a ton of good foundations at the drugstore, but this is definitely going to be one that if you're looking for one for a special occasion, this will definitely work for you. But yes, I do recommend this one. I do wear the shade L3 Gobi in case you were wondering. It is a little bit light for me right now, but I do recommend it. All right, next up we have one of my favorite brands from Sephora, and that is NATASHA DENONA. I love NATASHA DENONA. You guys know that about me, and of course I have to recommend the palette. I haven't talked about this one in a while, so I don't feel too bad speaking about it, but This palette is just perfect for every day. It's going to give you all of the neutral looks that you could ever want and ever crave, and the formula is absolutely amazing. I'm thinking about picking up another one because I did pick this up in 2019, and so it's already 3 years old at this point. So I might pick up another one, maybe if she has it on sale during her Black Friday sale. But yes, I just love this. This is one of the loves of my life. I really thoroughly enjoy this palette. All right, so now we have One Size, which is Patrick Starr's makeup brand, and they have also come out with some really great products, a lot of products that I am really interested in, to be honest. And I really like the powder foundation from One Size. However, I love this blush trio so much more. This is definitely where you need to start with the brand. This is specifically their Cheek Clapper 3D blush trio, and I have the shade Very That. Now mine is looking very disgusting, but I have used this a lot. This is really beautiful. I'm super in love with this product. If you are a blush lover, you need this in your life. This performs very well. I love the versatility with this one. I love that you get a cream, you get a powder, and you get like a either blush topper or highlighter depending on your complexion. But this is so good. This is really good. I'm really impressed with this. I love the adorable light pink packaging. So this is definitely by far my favorite product from One Size. Then we get into Pat McGrath, and I definitely have gotten more into Pat McGrath over the past year probably. I picked up a Pat McGrath palette for my graduation as a gift to myself last year. Really enjoyed that palette. However, I did pick up the Pat McGrath Bridgerton Diamond of the First Water palette, and this is my favorite Pat McGrath product. I have some blushes from the line. Again, I have that Mothership Utopian Dream palette. I do enjoy those. However, this is just a stunning palette. I've used this a lot. And I like it. I do a lot. And I really like how perfect this is for spring. I feel like this is a really great way to kind of have a neutral look but incorporate some pinks, and then this really beautiful kind of blue special shade in here is really beautiful as a topper on any of the looks. So I've really enjoyed every single look that I have come up with when I use this palette, and the formula is super good. I'm actually not a Bridgerton watcher. I've never seen the show, so I can't speak to how fitting it is to the show, but the formula is really good, and I really do enjoy this palette a lot, and it is my favorite thing from Pat McGrath. Now we have Patrick Ta. Patrick Ta is another one of those very trendy makeup brands within the beauty community, both on Instagram, TikTok, and of course on YouTube. And my favorite product from Patrick Ta definitely is the Major Dimensions 2 palette. This is the one in the rose shade. This did come out this year, and this is a really good one. I do prefer this one to the first one that he came out with. That one is a little bit more warm toned, a little bit more neutral. This one is definitely more pinky toned, more rose toned. It's very stunning. I actually have this one on my eyes today. I did a very kind of simple look, but it does still look like I worked really hard on the look. So really impressed with this one. You also get some cream shadows in this palette as well, these two right here, and they're pretty. I don't use them as much as I probably should, but I love that they have the cream shadows because it does make this palette a little bit more unique and a way to kind of make it a little bit more sultry. I just really like this palette, and I've been really impressed with it, and it's definitely my favorite product from Patrick Ta thus far. Then we have Rare Beauty, and Rare Beauty is one of my favorite brands ever. This is a very beloved brand of mine within Sephora, and my favorite products from Rare Beauty are definitely the liquid blushes. These are stunning. These are absolutely stunning. Everything that started like the love is this one in the shade Joy. This one is really beautiful. I really enjoy this one. And then I did pick up this shade in Courage, and this definitely just kind of rekindled my love for this line. And Courage is definitely more pinky mauve toned. Really love this one. And then finally I did pick up the shade Hope, and Hope is definitely more everyday, more of a peachy pink, but I love this blush formula from Rare Beauty. I think that they are stunning. I love the packaging. They are super pigmented. You do not need a lot of product when you use these. They are very pigmented. However, they last all day long on the skin. So you apply them, you blend them out, and you're gonna have them on all day long. So I love that about these. I'm a blush lover, as you guys know, so I definitely like to have a very pigmented blush. I want something that's going to last all day long, and these definitely do that for me. I do recommend the dewy formulation over the mattes. That's just my preference. I think that they blend out easily, more easier than the matte ones. And yeah, I'm just really in love with that formula, and I do recommend that you start there with Rare Beauty. Then we have the brand Say. I don't have a ton from Say. I do have a kind of like liquid highlighter, or I kind of use it as a primer, but I also have the cream bronzer from Say. This is the Sun Melt Natural Cream Bronzer, and I have the shade Light Bronze. And this is a great cream bronzer. It's definitely very beginner friendly. If you're not used to using creams, you aren't going to feel like you don't feel afraid to use this product. It's very easy to blend into the skin. It's very natural on the skin, but it does, of course, look pigmented enough, because again, I definitely need that. But yeah, I really like this one. I think it's a great option from Sephora. It's definitely not my favorite cream bronzer out there, but when it comes to Say, this is definitely the products that I enjoy most. Then we have Tarte, and I feel like Tarte has kind of been a trendy brand again recently. A lot of people have really been enjoying some of their products. They've gotten a little bit more attention on TikTok and on Instagram. And my favorite product from Tarte is definitely the Maracuja Juicy Lips. I feel like these are very trendy though, so you probably already know about these, and you probably already love these. I have two shades. I have Coconut and Rose, and I definitely prefer Coconut. Coconut is more of like that beigey toned one. But yes, I just love these lip products so much. I love the way that they look on your lips. They make your lips look so juicy, so hydrated, and I love the shades that they have as well. I also love that they wear off very gracefully. I don't have to worry about the way that my lips look once they wear off. I don't have to worry about them fading ugly or anything like that. I do think that they are very hydrating. They leave my lips feeling very hydrated as well, and they definitely give you some glossy lips and a beautiful finish. So really enjoy these lip products from Tarte, and I think they are my favorite products from the line for sure. One of my favorite lip products in the entire world, if I'm being honest with you. Then we have Too Faced, and I was a little bit hesitant if I wanted to include these or not, but the reason I wanted to recommend these was because they actually come out with these types of palettes once a year. So I definitely recommend that you grab this palette during the fall season this year. And from Too Faced, I just recommend their fall eyeshadow palettes. I have all 4 of them to date that they have come out with. The very first one that started it all was the Gingerbread Spice palette. Let me go ahead and show you what these all look like. So the Gingerbread Spice palette is definitely what started it all. This is a beautiful palette. It still has its scent to it. This is definitely a little bit older, but I still love it, and I cannot seem to part with these ones. And then the second year, they did come out with Gingerbread Extra Spicy. Gingerbread Extra Spicy by far has to be my favorite one. Gingerbread Extra Spicy is just super beautiful. It's very warm toned, but I love the looks that you can get with this one. I think it's perfect for fall. It's perfect for just kind of like transitioning into kind of like the holidays, Thanksgiving. I just really get those vibes from that one. And then they came out with Pumpkin Spice, and Pumpkin Spice is definitely more of a palette that you can use any time of year. Of course, feel free to use these palettes any time of year. There's no specific time that you have to use these, but with Pumpkin Spice, I feel like this is going to be a great spring palette as well. So these are no longer available, but I do recommend them again for this year. So whenever they come out with the palette this year, I highly recommend that you pick it up. Then they came out with Cinnamon Swirl. This is the most recent one. This might even still be available on their site depending, but Cinnamon Swirl was the 2021 release, and this one is just as beautiful, kind of similar to Extra Spicy, being that it's a little bit more warm toned, but this one performs so well. And of course it smells so yummy. So I feel like Too Faced just kills it each year with these fall palettes, with these holiday palettes. I highly recommend them. Definitely check them out if you haven't already. The formula is great, the packaging is great. They sent them so that they're also more festive that way too, so I really recommend those. Then we have Tom Ford. Tom Ford is definitely a pricey brand, and I have had the opportunity to tried Tom Ford through the cosmetic company outlet store. I really love the cosmetic company outlet stores. If you have an outlet near you, check to see if they have something called the cosmetic company store. That is going to give you a great opportunity to try some Estee Lauder brands at a discounted price. And so they do have Tom Ford there, and that is the only way that I've been able to try Tom Ford, because they are very pricey. My favorite product from Tom Ford, and this is still available on Sephora's site, is the Eye Color Quad in the shade Nude Dip. Really love this eyeshadow palette. It is so beautiful. I really enjoy just how everyday this palette is. I love how it's something that's very work appropriate. I won't say that this formula is worth $88, almost $90. However, it does look like something very special on the eyes. I love how it's just, it just lays on the eyelids so beautifully, so effortlessly. They don't emphasize any texture or anything like that. So this formula is really beautiful. Again, I don't think it's worth $88, but it's definitely like worth checking out if you can get it at a CCO. I really am impressed with these Tom Ford quads. Nude Dip is definitely my favorite just because it is very everyday and I have worn it the most. So I'm just really impressed with this one. Then we have Tower 28. Tower 28 is again one of those really just kind of trendy, clean girl type of makeup brands. And there's a lot from the brand that's pretty good. A lot of people really like their lip glosses. I know that their new like tinted moisturizer has also gotten some attention, but I still really enjoy the cream blush. I have the shade Magic Hour, and mine looks kind of gross because it is a very balmy, it's a very emollient cream blush, but I feel like that makes it very easy to use. It's very easy to blend into the skin. You can blend it out with the brush, you can blend it out with a sponge, you can blend it out with your finger. It's very versatile, but I love this. I think it's really good. I really enjoy the formula. I love the shade. Again, this one is called Magic Hour, and I think this is a great cream blush. If you're looking for a dupe, however, I know Moira has come out with some. I haven't personally tried those, but I also know that Milani has they do a pretty good job as well with their cream blushes with matching to these. So that's my favorite product from Tower 28. It's not my favorite cream blush in the entire world, but I do enjoy that formula. And lastly, I've been filming for a while. I've even had to recharge my battery, so that was annoying. But the final brand, again, I was going in alphabetical order. This is Urban Decay. Urban Decay is definitely just not a favorite brand of mine anymore. I feel like in high school, I used to love them. I used to really anticipate every single new palette from them. And now they've kind of just like, I don't love them as much, and I don't know, they're very like underwhelming for me. I feel like for most people they've become a little bit more underwhelming also. I feel like they play it very safe with every single eyeshadow palette. They never really experiment with like color or different color stories. I know that there's a ton of brands that do that though, it's not just them. But if I had to choose one product from Urban Decay, if I had to recommend something from their line, it would definitely be the Naked Honey palette. Now, this is definitely, again, very loved. A lot of people really enjoy this palette, and I do really enjoy this one. I don't use it as much as I should. However, I have a rather large makeup collection, a rather large eyeshadow palette collection, and so there are a lot of eyeshadow palettes that get neglected, unfortunately, but this is a good one. It's beautiful for brown eyes, especially. Of course, wear this with any eye color that you have, but it really will make brown eyes pop if you do have brown eyes. But I like this one. I think it performs really well. I think this is one of the better performing Urban Decay eyeshadow palettes. Naked Wild West was pretty good as well, but I do think this one does perform a little bit better than Naked Wild West. But yeah, I like this one. Again, Urban Decay is just not a favorite brand of mine, but I do own more than one product from Urban Decay. I've obviously tried a ton from Urban Decay that I wanted to go ahead and still recommend something from the brand. So those are all of the brands from Sephora that I've personally tried more than one product from, and each brand I wanted to pull one of those products and recommend for you guys. I know Sephora, especially if you are not following this beauty community and you're not keeping up with all of the new and hot items that are being released, it can be very overwhelming, it can be very intimidating, but I hope this video is helpful if you're looking for something from one of these brands and you're just trying to figure out what's the best product from one of these brands. I hope that you can find this as a reference, find this helpful. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Giving giving thumbs up on my videos as well as commenting really does help out my channel. So I really hope that you will, do that for me and help me grow. It means a lot. I really appreciate all of you that continue to support my channel, continue to comment, and continue to like. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye.
Maybe one day it'll be easy, sweet like